Hey, and welcome to the Organized Life podcast, where we take chaos and turn it into peace and productivity. So, today we are diving into a powerful conversation about what organization is and what it is not. So, buckle your seatbelts and get ready for a perspective change, okay? We are going to change our perspective about what organization is and what it is not. So, first thing I would love for you to do is if you have any topics about organization that you would like to discuss, or if you have any questions about organization and that you would like for me to discuss on here on this platform, just email me at info@extremeaudacity.com, and we'll get those topics put up here for you, and we'll have those conversations for you. So listen, getting organized is pretty popular topic right now. From the TikTok time lapse to the Pinterest pretty pantries, that's a little tongue twister. Everyone has an opinion about what it means to be organized and like how to get organized. And honestly, a lot of it looks good, but it's not sustainable. It doesn't have the lasting impact that many of us desire. And that's where this conversation comes in. We are breaking down what organization is and what it is not. And listen, I'm not here to sell you a fantasy. I'm here to help you to create a reality, a design that works for you, that works for your life. Okay, we're going to design that. And because I'm not just a professional organizer, I am the life organizing strategist. I help people create the strategies and systems that make organizations sustainable for them. All right. So, as I told you in episode 1, I'm the owner of Xtreme Audacity Organized Solutions, and we work with people in person and virtually. So we have all the services, and we serve people all around the world. And I work with high performing women like you to create sustainable and intentional systems that save them space, time, energy, and money. On this podcast, we are stripping away the fluff and the filters, and we are getting in touch with the truth about organization. You know what they say, do you want the good news or the bad news first? Well, I'm going to give you what some may consider the bad news, the ugly truth about organization, okay? So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about what organization is not, okay? There are some serious misconceptions about what organization is, in my opinion. So, y'all ready? Okay, here we go. So, we're going to run through a list of just 4 things that I believe organization is not. So, the first one is it's not what you see on social media. And I'm going to get into all the details of each of these after I list them, okay? So bear with me. So the first, organization is not what you see on social media. Organization is not a one and done or a set it and forget it. Okay? Organization is not magic. I know when I touch it, it may feel like and look like it was magic, but it's not magic, trust me. Organization is not the same for everyone. That's number 4. It's not the same for everyone. So if you don't remember anything else that I say during this podcast, I need you to remember those 4 things. It's not the same. It's not what you see on social media, number 1. Number 2, it's not a one and done process. It's not a set it and forget it, okay? And it's not magic, okay? And number 4, it's not the same for everyone. So let's break that down. We're going to go through each one and have a conversation about each one. So, you know how they say, do you want the good news or the bad news first? Well, I'm going to give you what some may consider to be the bad news. Some of the ugly truths about organization. And so, the first thing we're going to dive into today is what organization is not. There are some serious misconceptions about organization and what it is and what it is not. And I hope you guys are ready. So here we go. What I'm going to do is give you 4 things that I believe organization is not. And I'm going to run down the list of them and then I'll get into the details of each of those. So, the first thing I believe the organization is not, it's not what you see on social media. Number 2, I believe it's not a one and done process, like a set it and forget it. Number 3, it's not magic. Now, listen, I know that it may feel like when I come in, I make it feel like magic, but it's not magic. Number 4, it's not the same for everyone. Now, listen, if you don't remember anything else that I talk about during this episode, you have to remember those 4 things. It's not what you see on social media. It's not a one and done process like a set it and forget it. It's not magic, and it's not the same for everyone. If you can remember these and if you can get those in your heart, it'll change your perspective. Just those 4 things, all right? So let's get into each of those, right? So the first one we talked about, it's not what you see on social media. Now, listen, I love a good IG reel as much as the next person. I even have my own out there. But those clips, the clips that we put out there, we don't talk about how to set it, how to, maintain it, right? They definitely give you something nice to watch, but they don't show you how to maintain it. We don't show you how to maintain it. So it's like, the fun part. We show you the highlight reels, so to speak, okay? But you don't get to see what it's like in 2 weeks, in 30 days, in 90 days, in a year, what it looks like. So you are not shown how to maintain it. And sometimes it's because, it's just, we just want to show the highlights. Sometimes it's because they just do it for the looks, for the likes, for the show, right? It's built just to show online. It's not built to maintain a lifestyle or anything like that. So, there's a difference, right? It's a big difference. So, all organization that you want to last, you must have a strategy that precedes it and a system that proceeds it. All right. I'm going to say that again. All organization that you want to last has to have a strategy that precedes it and a system that proceeds it. You have to have a plan for it, and you have to have the action behind the plan if you want it to work. Okay? So it's not just what you see on social media. Number 2, it's not the same for everyone. Now, this one is major. I've organized hundreds of people, right? And I have never organized 2 people the same way. I have never done the same thing twice in 2 different spaces. Why? Because people are different, families are different, businesses are different. None of them are the same. Not 2 are the same, right? I don't care if you have 2 McDonald's, 2 Amazon plants. They are very similar, but they are not exactly the same. Sure, the foundation is the same, but when I work with clients, my strategy and systems, they are definitely tried and true, but exactly how I apply it, it changes from person to person. All right, so here's an example. One of my favorite things to do these days is spices. And I implement them in different ways for different people. So I've done a spice drawer, which is really fun. I like to alphabetize them and, all the things. I've done spice cabinets. I've done spice racks that hang on doors or, spice racks that sit on the counter. I've done lazy Susans, right? I've done spices in the pantry on the shelf, on the steppers. So, I could think of many other ways that I've done spices and things like that. But really, it's all about self awareness. So, when we get into and when I work with clients, one of the first things I want to see is what's working and what's not working. This is how you become self aware. You learn what can be possible for you by dissecting what's working and what's not working, right? So you want to always keep that in mind, and you want to, when you figure out what's working and what's not working, at that point you can learn, okay, this is what's working for me, so I'm going to keep this not so much, this hasn't been working for me, so we're going to get rid of that, or we're going to change how we do it, how we implement it. It could be something very simple, a simple change to the thing that's not working that will actually cause it to work for you. Okay, we're going to get into number 3. So this one it's not a one and done. It's not a set it and forget it, right? Organization requires maintenance. It requires attention. It requires consistently. It requires you coming back to it again and again, like anything else that matters in your life, right? So from your nails to your hair, I got my nails done yesterday. So listen, I go get them done regularly. So you want to make sure you're maintaining those different spaces regularly, right? Your kitchen, you clean that regularly. Now, some things may need a more regular system than others, like kitchens, we want to clean those every day. Bathrooms, maybe weekly, depending on your household, maybe a couple of times a week. Your how you maintain your pantry, for me it's a weekly thing. It's a grocery store. When I get ready to go to the grocery store and go grocery shopping, I want to make sure that my pantry is set for when I bring groceries back into the house. The same for my refrigerator. It takes less than 5 minutes to get that done really quick. Get your refrigerator, rid of all of the old food, and straighten up the refrigerators, maybe wipe the shelves down, depending on what has been done over the past weeks or so. Like, it doesn't take that long. So those same things have to be maintained if you want them to stay organized. It's not a one and done. You have to touch it up. You have to do a little tweaking here and there, right? Because no space will stay organized without maintenance. Okay? You have to be consistent, and you have to be intentional. You have to show it some TLC. Okay? All right. And number 4, it's not magic. Okay? Listen, one of my favorite slogans is "It's a lifestyle, not magic" by yours truly. And here's what I mean. Organization is not a one-time event. Okay? It's not a weekend project. It's not something you just do when the house gets completely out of control, right? Right before guests come over, right? It should be a lifestyle. The way to have success in organization is to make it a lifestyle, for it to become a part of your life. And I know that sounds probably all the way up here and like, how can I do that? It's not as hard as it sounds. It's about strategies and systems. This means that, you know, something that is a part of your life, it's going to be something that you do daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, but it's scheduled. You're doing it strategically, right? It's about creating that strategy with habits, routines, systems, and the mindset to support what it is that you're trying to create, what you're trying to live into, right? What works for you, the way you live, work, and play, how you show up for the world. All of that is incorporated into your lifestyle, and that includes the organization process of how you're getting things done in your house. It's about having that foundation and creating that foundation that keeps you grounded. So even when life gets hectic, your life doesn't have to spiral completely out of control, to fall completely apart, right? When you live an organized life, you don't constantly feel like you're starting over. You don't constantly feel like you're playing catch up. Instead, you are building a lifestyle around strategies, structure, and systems that support you, the way you live, work, and play, and your real life. And these things work for you, not against you. Okay. It doesn't mean that, you have to be super rigid and super structured. There is some flexibility and some play in there, but it also means that your systems, they're reliable, right? They are intentional, right? It's a lifestyle of organization that gives you the room to breathe. It gives you the space to think, the freedom to focus. Organization gives you so much. And that's what we are doing here on the Organized Life podcast. We are building that kind of life together. We're not building perfection, we're building peace. We're not building pressure, we are building purpose. We are not building magic, we're building systems. And, that's what it's all about, putting things in place that support your life. So I think I've punched hard enough on what organization is not. So let's talk a little bit about what organization actually is. All right. So what I did was I grabbed a couple of definitions from Google, and we're going to talk about those, and then we're going to talk about the TakillaRene definition. Okay. All right, so organization, from the Google aspect, it is the action of organizing something. Okay, it's pretty simple, huh? Their other definition says the structure or arrangement of related or connected items. Okay, well, that's all right. Those are the textbook definitions. But how many of you guys know that we need a little bit more than that? That's cool. However, we need a little bit more. All right, so here is my definition. Okay, the TakillaRene version of what organization is. Organization is the action of arranging related items with an efficient and practical maintenance system that fits your life. Okay, I'll repeat that. Organization is the action of arranging related items with an efficient and practical maintenance system that fits your life. Did you catch the key word? Yes, your life. So many people live as if the textbook definition is enough, and it's not. So let's read the textbook definition one more time. The action of organizing something. No, that's not okay. Yes, that's what we see on social media. They're the action of organizing something. We see folks doing that all the time, but it's not enough. The structure or arrangement of related or connected items. Yeah, that's what we see on social media. You're putting these things together, the like items together, but now what? After we do that, what's next? So let's come back to my definition. I believe my definition is the full package. It gives you a clear understanding of what organization is and what it really should be. So, organization is the action of arranging related items with an efficient and practical maintenance system that fits your life. You can't just arrange the items. You have to put a system in place to maintain that which you have arranged. Otherwise, you'll be back where you started. So let's get back to the key word, your lifestyle. Everything I teach, everything I coach, every strategy I create, every system I build will always point back to my client, will always point back to you. Ultimately, the true organization is found in self awareness. You do not have to necessarily know exactly what it is that you like or that you don't like, but you have to be willing to go on the journey of self discovery, to be okay with something that you put in place and it's not working, right? This is how we figure out what works for us. And this is why I say you see the things on TikTok, you see the things on social media, and we try to implement that and it doesn't work for us. We have to be willing to say, okay, this isn't working. this is working, and be willing to change things, right? To go through the evolution of trial and error, of learning what it is that you like and what you don't like. Listen, I have changed my kitchen. I've changed my kitchen around so many times. You probably wouldn't even believe me if I told you. I mean, your kids get older. The dishes change, right? We used to have a lot of plastic stuff. Then we got into, more of the ceramic dishes. The kids started getting older, so we can use different dishes and things like that. Then, listen, my son and I, we are on a huge health journey, and with both of us, he likes certain things, I like certain things, so we have all these things in the kitchen for our health journey. So I've gotten rid of things that we weren't using anymore, and we've implemented. I moved things around, I made donations, I sent my donations by the door. We haven't used that in a long time. We're using different things in this phase of our life. We implemented a spice drawer. We had to make room for that. We changed, where our Tupperware was being held. It used to be down low. Now we have it up high because we're doing a lot of meal prep. So we move things around. So you have to be okay with changing things around, okay? So because, what you needed yesterday is not what you're going to need in your new season of your life tomorrow. It doesn't always fit for the new season and where you're going. Like I just said, we're on a huge health journey in my house, and what we had yesterday doesn't work for today. So we had to change some of those things. You have to be willing to go through that self-discovery process, figuring out what you like and what you don't like, figuring out what's working and what's not working, okay? Not what's working for the person on you see on social media with the clear bins and the cute containers and all of those things. Not what your sister's doing, not what your co-worker swears by, but what's working for you, what's working for your family, your lifestyle, your energy, your business, your time, your energy, your money, all of those things. You want to figure out what's working for you, okay? We build systems that fit when you build systems that fit your lifestyle, it unlocks peace, productivity, and purpose. Okay. Yes, the aesthetics are nice. We have to have that. We want that, but it doesn't work if it's not functional and if it's not practical, right? So who doesn't love the good before and after picture? But aesthetics are secondary to functionality. So I'll leave you with this. You don't have to be perfect to be organized. You don't even have to be the quote unquote organized person to be organized. You just have to be intentional, right? You have to be consistent. You have to put the strategies and systems in place to create that which you desire, okay? You already have what it takes inside of you to do this. You just have to have those systems and strategies, right, to pull it off. So if you're ready to experience this peace that I'm talking about, this productivity that I'm talking about, these things that will push you towards purpose, push you into the life that you're trying to create. If you're tired of putting it off, Lord, and putting out fires, right? Go ahead and head over to my website, extremeaudacity.com, and book a complimentary discovery call. It'll cost you nothing but 15-20 minutes of your time. And we can talk about how to create that, how to get started, and explore, what it looks like for you to get started. Okay. So don't forget to connect with me on all of the social media platforms. My name is Takilla Combs on most, maybe TakillaRene. But if you remember also, if you have any topics that you want to discuss, or if you have any questions you want answered, you can email me at info@extremeaudacity.com. Okay, so if this episode helped you, if it encouraged you, if it inspired you, if it made you look at organization a different way, helped you with a new perspective, feel free or please like and share. Give me a review all the things, okay? So spread the organizational love, okay? Until next time, it's a lifestyle, not magic. Talk soon.